An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Middle. All 52. Hey, Haywood. Kill.
Throwing again. Allen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 36, Watson escaping the pressure right. He's got Fuller. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Watson now to throw. He'll buy some time right. Going deep here for... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
Here's Allen to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Allen. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check. 56. 5 wide. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From the gun, it's Allen. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Switch. Hey, hold on. Check nickel. You got tape. You got go.
Now Allen throwing on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Check. He's coming. We got double up. Check.
Allen will try again on second down. Buying time to his left. And that's incomplete.
Allen on the keeper. Incomplete on the throw.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Alert! Five. Stay tight. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Joker. Who do you want?
And again, it's Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Johnson. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of foot. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags. And it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And Nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand? I
like it.
Bailey got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. Check three. Bang, 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 bang. Bang. Hey, watch this.
And here's Allen throwing again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Switch. Kill. Show it up. Jim. Tighten up.
Allen operating from the gun. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Team 6. Alert 3. Check 9. Watch twist.
Allen now going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Bravo. 36. Quick edge. Go.
Throwing on first down. Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 25 on 2nd down, Watson, and Thomas has it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Watson, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. The Texans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. Here's Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field. Running from the gun, Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
We got this.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. That's Stills bringing it in. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end. Left in. Move. Hey. Alert. Alert. Alert, flare. Alert, flare. Flare, flare. Hey, tight. SOS, SOS. Middle. Hey, Charlie. SOS. Check. Crunch.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Watch twist.
From the gun, Allen. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Slam. Cloud. Shift. Alert. Shift. Monday. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, flush to his right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 58 yards.
Check 26.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Motion, I got one.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now Watson on 3rd down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Houston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers.